What did you do when the system failed your family? My daughter Lily has Down syndrome. I was always nervous about her starting middle school because kids that age can be cruel to anyone that's different. But when her school started an inclusive learning program and told me she'd be spending more time with other students, I thought we were going to be fine. That's when she met Mr. Callahan. He was her new homeroom teacher. All the moms at the IEP meetings raved about him, saying he's so patient with the special kids. He's a natural. It's so easy to trust him with our children. Lily would come home saying things like, Mr. Callahan gave me stickers, or he lets me clean the whiteboard after class. At first I was relieved. It felt like maybe things were finally going right. Then stuff started to feel off. Lily started staying longer at school for extra classes, and I assumed they were related to the special needs program. But when I asked about what she was learning, she would get really defensive and would yell at me to leave her alone. A few days later, I was cleaning her room when I found a Fanta can underneath her bed. Everything clicked. Lily was probably just scared I would find this and be mad at her because she wasn't allowed to drink soda. I decided to let this one slide because her being that defensive seemed so funny to me, and went up to her while holding the can in my hands. Lily, I know exactly what's going on here. I laughed and was about to tell her it was okay to have fizzy drinks sometimes, but she interrupted me with, please don't be mad at me. Mr. Callahan said those things were normal between student and teacher. I felt like my whole body locked up. I asked what these things were as calmly as I could, and Lily replied, he tries to tickle me on my body and I have to point out the areas that aren't ticklish. Then I asked where exactly he tickled her. She pointed at her hips and then places that I don't even want to say. I asked if it happened a lot and she said, only when the other kids are gone. I didn't sleep that night and went to Lily's school the next day. I asked to speak with the principal and her speech therapist. I told them what Lily had said and what I'd noticed. The principal said, Lily often misunderstands social interactions, and Mr. Callahan is always so popular with the mothers. I think you are being a little too paranoid. So I went home and ordered a GPS tracker with an audio recorder and sewed it into the lining of Lily's backpack. I told her it was her magic music button, and if she ever felt nervous, she could tap it. That afternoon, I sat in my truck in the school parking lot and listened. Most of it was normal, like background classroom noise and Lily laughing. Then I heard Callahan's voice telling Lily to stay behind and clean the classroom because it was quiet time now. Then I heard him say, Daddy doesn't have to know this part. I heard clothes being removed and then Lily saying, that tickles. I slammed the steering wheel so hard I set off the horn. I sent the audio file to the principal, and to my surprise, she refused to acknowledge it because this was illegally obtained and we can't take action based on this. I even called the cops, but they told me they'd open a case and work on it next week. But I couldn't just stay still and let that guy do whatever he wanted for an entire freaking week. I packed a crowbar in the back of my truck and knew where he lived after asking around, so I waited until dark and knocked on his door. He opened the door and instantly recognized me as Lily's dad, but didn't notice my crowbar and asked what I wanted. I smiled at him. I want to give you a gift for being such a good teacher. Then I cracked him in the knee with the crowbar. He went down screaming. Did you know she doesn't even understand what you did? I yelled and hit him in the mouth so hard he spit out a tooth. Then I targeted the area between his legs, and the good thing about a crowbar is how easy it is to avoid getting red on your hands. He had started apologizing, begging for mercy and telling me to be reasonable, but I didn't listen. I left him there with one last strike to his head and went home. Callahan never made it to the hospital. Lily never mentioned him again. I put her in a new program that was led by only women this time. The other night she asked if I could stay a few extra minutes before bed. I like it when you're here, she said. I tucked her in and told her I'm always here.